Greetings! Welcome back to Pink Oddbird. Today what I'm here with is my September Music Vault video. It is a space theme. So in honor of this beautiful theme, as you can see, I have my little galaxy skull cup here off to the side with my water in it. I should be careful though because I'm super clumsy and I will spill it. Okay, so this month's book was inspired really kind of by 3 different songs, and because I have 3 and I couldn't pick one, so it's really just a combination of all the different 3, and I made it just kind of a general space theme in light of that. So the first song is Dreary Moon, the second song is Life on Mars, and the third song is Space Junk. So those are the 3 songs. I will link them all down below. And I figured that since it's a space theme, there's always solar systems and moons and galaxies, and everything is just kind of like attached, and it grows and grows and grows. So I was like, why not let the songs kind of mimic that as well? Okay, so as you can see, this fabric is beautiful. There's like some glitter or sparkle on here that's in like geometric shapes, and I thought that was kind of perfect. And I just left the cover plain fabric because, as you can see, it's a beautiful, let me take this off so you can get a better look. It's a beautiful sparkly galaxy. Oh, I love it so much, and I didn't want to cover it up. I couldn't. I considered putting a little nameplate with a word on it here, but I'll leave that up to you. But that's kind of where I felt like a space would be for a nice little word to go, because I couldn't cover any of this up. But look at all this sparkle and fantastic. It's just beautiful. It's a repurposed book cover. You can see the signatures. I've sewn them through the book so that they're extra durable. This book is actually kind of weirdly heavy. So this is the cover of it. And then on the spine, on the profile view here, you can see I have about 12 different charms here, but some of them are super neat. Like I picked them because they all kind of like remind me of galaxy colors, and then like these, they remind me of like little moon galaxies or something, because they're all like stony. I hope you can see that. There we go. They're all like rocky moons, and there's a few of those on here. So these are what the charms look like. So there's 12 of those. There's 5 signatures. So there's about 160 some pages in this book. It's a big one. It's about 9.5 by 6. And the spine is about 2.5 or so. So let's go ahead and take a look. So to open up in the front, I just left the inside cover kind of plain, but it's because I had a hard time covering up a lot of this paper. Also, I will leave down in the description box thank yous to everyone who has contributed to the items that I've used in this book. So thank yous will all be listed below. But I could not cover up some of these papers because they're so beautiful. So I just put a piece of washi, and then this is just like an old vintage copy of a news article from when a man entered space. Then over here, we're going to start the book out with oxygen for the obvious reason, and I just made that like a little tuck spot. And then on the back, obviously, you have the periodic element symbol for oxygen. So that's first. Here we have one of the old ancient astronomers, and then I just made him a big journaling card. So he tucks in here. In this book, obviously, I did a lot of my hand-dyed papers, and so I was trying to go for a look that I know a lot of these splatters probably start looking the same, but I was trying to go for a look where it was kind of like blended and galaxy-like, and some of the pages in here really did achieve that. So I'll try and point them out as we go. All right, so to start out, we have the sun here, and then I've just put in a little word there, the sun. And we have some postcards. I found these, I can't remember where I found them, but there's 9 of them in here, 9 different space related postcards, different paper textures, but as you can see, like this one came out pretty good, I think. So here we have little Mercury, and then here I've just made an envelope out of one of the book pages, and I just left it open because the imagery on here is super pretty, but it's a long envelope and you can seal that up, and I made it so that it does actually fit in the book perfectly. But look at that, it's so cute. Little tuck spot here, some children's writing paper, some of my modern Ink-a-Dink-a-Doo stamps. So here, when I was dyeing all the papers, of course I was sopping up the excess when I was cleaning off my mat with a napkin. And so in the book, I used pieces of that napkin to kind of act like fallen craters of other planets or something, because it's like, it kind of looks space-like, obviously because of the colors that I was cleaning up with, but it also gives you like a cool texture. And so I tore them in shapes where they kind of look like broken off pieces of planet. If you know, a lot of planets and even Earth were hit by other planets and space junk and just things flying around there and getting all crazy. So that's what that was about. Stellar star memories. And since solar system, planets, moons, since everything kind of rotates, that's why I put in some of these little circular rotating journaling spots. So as you can see, they're just going to rotate. And then on the black papers, you might be able to tell, but I put some tattered angels on the black paper, and so it looks super, really galaxy-like. So, you know, I tried to mimic some of the colors that you typically see in space. Some of the charms are paper clips, and some of them are on little eyelets. So there's that. So I have a flip out here. This book is stuffed, and I really didn't want to stop, but I really couldn't add any more things to it. So this is from a little children's book where a bunch of third graders drew out a story surrounding Pluto. And if you guys know, Pluto is no longer a planet in our solar system. So the book is called Poor Pluto. So these little drawings and stuff are from those children. So I thought that was pretty neat. Some more dyed papers, beautiful, a little tag, little moon charm. I put tabs all over through this book. Her Melinda tag. Some of that newsprint, and then a little journaling card from the paper. Center of the signature here we have our beloved Earth. Some more of those mod stamps. This paper came out so pretty, I think. The little story was so cute. So even though the book is really packed, there is a lot of space for writing, as you can see. There's just a lot of pages in it. Okay, so look at this, it's so pretty. Okay, some more spraying on here. You can see the reflection there, some Project Life cards, and these are some more of the like space scales and stuff that the ancient astronomers created. A little journaling card in there. Here we have Venus. On these pages here, on the coffee stained pages, on the edges, all I did is dye them sort of like in a galaxy sort of pattern or look, but that's all around the edge of the page, and I thought that was kind of neat. Rather than just doing the whole entire page on all of them, I thought it gave it like a really neat galaxy look, kind of to do it in different colors around the border of the page. So a lot of art in this book, I will say that. I did do some watercolor paintings and stuff, but we'll get to that. So here's another postcard. On the backs of the postcards, they do tell you what they are. There's minimal sewing in here, just for added texture, mostly. So here we have a spacecraft, and then behind it we have a index card that I have dyed. But look how like the camera really does none of this dyeing and staining any justice at all. So I just made a paper ruffle here, Next, we're going into carbon, one of our next elements, into the second signature. These are Galileo drawings, and then just I made it a flip out so you can add some stuff here, a little blurb, and then a little tag over here, Stay Wild Moonchild. So I did do some texturizing, I guess, in the book. And if you can see here, this is like some stone texture that I have. And I wanted to do the stone texture to add like a really rough, coarse, crater-like element to mimic some planets that are really just kind of, you know, damaged. And so this one, I just left it the plain natural color of the actual texture paste, but if you could see that, it's super neat, but it adds a really nice gritty texture to the book. Another rotating journaling spot, so you can add photos or quotes or whatever you want on those. Really pretty page here. Another postcard. If it seems like I'm rushing, I am, because the sun's going down. This one is super pretty, if you can see the gold in there. Another charm. So pretty. So this here is just a punch out. It's the negative of a punch out, and the actual border of what's here is the part of one of the watercolor paintings that I did to mimic Galaxy. And so that's what this is, and I just thought maybe you could add photos or just journal inside the circles, because that's kind of cute. Another pocket here with some more space newspaper. There's Earth, as you can see, and then some beautiful dyeing. Some washi there. Another tag. I left all of the centers plain, so that way they're open for you to do what you'd like in there. These are some more punch outs of the watercolors that I did, but if you can see, I had this in mind, and I was like, I want to do a bunch of like galaxy kind of paintings and then punch them out with really large circles so that they end up looking like little planets almost, and then the backs are just plain. So big tag in there, and then there's another pocket here in this space. So here we have Mars, more stamping, some more spraying there, moon, beautiful. Another postcard here. Here's Miss Marie Curie, and she won a Nobel Prize, and it relates to astronomy, and had to put her in here. What do you guys like about space? What are some of your favorite things about space? Some things that you might remember about space? Favorite song out of the ones that I've mentioned? Comment down below and let me know. So here I just made like a little, I wanted it to be kind of like a, when you see like the moon phases sort of. So it's just a bunch of different papers that I have just pinned them all together and made them little rotating, so you can kind of like make little notes or add photos. I thought that would be a super fun little element to have. Some more tags here. It says Stellar. I love this paper so much, and it feels great. So here we have Jupiter. Some more of that crater paper. I just sewed some elements on. Are We Alone? Another book page here. There's the Pluto. So another Hermelinda tag tucked in here. Another rotating spot. There's a pocket here. Another postcard. Shoot for the stars, so I thought that was appropriate. Center of the actual book. Another Hermelinda tag here. Believe in Magic. Another pocket here. Let the Magic Happen. This young gal, Miss, what's her name? Bernie. She was 11 years old, and her grandfather asked her, or actually she suggested to her grandfather that the name of the newest planet at the time, Pluto, should be called Pluto. He submitted the name, and it actually won. So she is the gal who named Pluto, which I put Pluto back there. The spray is so beautiful on the black, you guys. Little index card. Another crater. And you can write over this too if you want. Here we have Saturn. Some more of this beautiful paper. These are the moon phases, and I backed these on coffee stain paper. So here we are, third signature, and we have copper. Another paper ruffle down here. Wishes from the heart little tag. Another fold out and double pocket. So here we have like a little moon Hermelinda tag. And I just put the negative of the star there and another tag in here. Here we have Uranus. We are all made of stars. Here's Ptolemy. Here it says planetary science. This is some black paper that I tried to do some like galaxy paint on, and it actually looks pretty neat. And here we have another postcard. So here's some more of that texture. And if you can see, I colored this texture paste, but it's so like coarse and gritty, and it really just does look like space planet texture. Okay. So here I just did distress ink just to give it some color, and in the center it's one of these big circle pieces like so. So that's what it is, and then these just fold back up and in. And then here in the little envelope that I made, it's an open-ended envelope, and I put some more of my little paintings in here. So this was so fun to do, so I just left them plain on the back so you can use them as journaling cards, or you can add art on top of them. Another tag here. Here, another little piece of ephemera. Another tag. Here we have a little tiny tag. And then here's some more of that paper. Let me try and hold this up so you can see how it is on the black paper. It's so cool. Here are some interesting bits what the Greeks knew about space at the time, so I thought that was a neat little read. And then some newspaper clipping. Neptune. Another postcard. I love this book page here. It's so cool. Another pocket. Rotating journaling spot and some super cool washi. Here's another one of those napkins that I was using when I was cleaning up, and I just used it to make a little ruffle there at the bottom. So here on the final signature, I have this jumbo paper clip, and it's holding this close, and behind it is the word galaxies, and the paper clip is holding it closed, not close. But these little pieces, I thought it was kind of neat because they can kind of like move around, and you can add pictures or little, you know, blurbs of whatever you want on them. So I thought that was pretty neat. So that is just a fun little element that you have there in your space book. You have your own little galaxy solar system thingy. So I thought that was fun. And this goes here. Love you to the moon and back. A little space for something something. So here's a negative of one of those punches that I used, but I put it here on top of this napkin that I decoupaged on because I felt like in the circle it again looks like a galaxy, so that's why I did it that way. Here's one of the pages that's a snippet from that Pluto book, and it just flips up. Another book page here. There's another postcard of a rocket. Here we have Copernicus, and here it says Copernicus and the few. They say that he was kind of a difficult person to work with, so to speak. There's a little journaling card in here. Made a little fabric pocket, and it's just got one of those little pieces of space newspaper ephemera. This flips out. As you can see, this book is giant. So here I just have some shiny Ooh, beautiful paper, and on the back it's galaxy, and then it just tucks in here, so I thought it'd be fun to add something there. Then it flips open and you can add some more stuff, and then there's another pocket back here with some more space newspaper clipping. There's the center of that signature. You guys all know what this is, don't you? Then we have a postcard back here. And on the little piece here it says, "You're a star." There's the other side of that fabric pocket, and I just threw some different star punches in here. I thought you might want to use those throughout the book. Some more black space paper. And here we have Pluto at the very end of the book. This little piece flips out. Some nice reading about this, well, astronomy of the future, and it's talking about Hubble and such in there. So another paper towel here, and again the negative makes it look like a little galaxy in there. Rotating, I added some washi at the bottom, and on the back I had to put this one on the back because I had already added that stretch out galaxy thing into the front. We have the last element for this book, and here's my stamp. Okay, so that's the gist of the book, but there is one more thing that I want to show you before I sign off. So, in case you haven't noticed already, all of these little swivel planets are in order. Well, the sun is not a planet, it's the sun. So as you can see, I'm going to show you what I kind of had in mind. So we have the sun, we have Venus. Let's flip Venus out. Good old Earth. I couldn't find a full picture of Earth, so it's a small picture, half picture of Earth. Surprisingly enough, wouldn't you think there would be more? Then we have Mars, so let's flip out Mars. Just like so. Next, we have Jupiter. Then we have Saturn. Next, we have Uranus. Neptune down here. Oop, I'm not in frame. We have Neptune down here. And in the very last signature, all by myself, we have Pluto. And since Pluto, like I said, is no longer in our solar system, I thought it would be kind of fun to put the children's book version of Pluto in here from Poor Pluto, and it came with a sad face on it. So finally we have Pluto down here at the bottom. So if you notice, it's made so that starting from the sun all the way to Pluto, these planets will stick out of the book, and they are in the order of our own solar system. So you can kind of see them all, and I think that was so cool and fun. And I think that if you had something like this sitting out at home, it would absolutely positively be such a conversation piece, because they'd be like, what is this? So, you know, if you're a space nerd like I am, as you can tell, I like space a lot. I did Black Hole Sun not long ago, and thank you guys all for those comments that you left on Black Hole Sun, because they were amazing. This is our solar system. Well, except Pluto, but yeah. And then of course they all will just right back into place. And so it's just your regular book, just like it was when we first started. So you guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I can't tell you how much I really enjoyed making this book. I love it so much, and I hope that you guys do too. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And that is going to wrap it up for me for now. Be sure to stay tuned, because you never know what direction this odd flock of ours is heading into. And until next time, toodaloo.